Every Formula One season brings its share of drama, triumphs, and controversies, but the 2024 championship has rewritten the sport's narrative in a way few expected. Imagine a season where the third fastest car takes the crown, shattering all doubts about the driver's skill. Yes, that's exactly what happened, and today we'll unravel the twists, turns, and rivalries that made this season unforgettable. From unexpected victories to bold claims by the sport's top competitors, this year's battles have left fans debating whether dominance is about machinery or sheer talent. Let's dive into the highlights and controversies that defined the 2024 season and ask the question everyone is thinking: is this the beginning of a new era or the continuation of one driver's unshakable legacy? Max Verstappen's fourth consecutive championship has solidified his place among Formula One's finest. What makes this title even more remarkable is the fact that for over 70% of the season, Verstappen wasn't driving the fastest car. Yet he still managed to dominate, proving once again that raw talent and a champion's mindset can outshine technical limitations. In his post-championship remarks, Verstappen didn't hold back, addressing critics who claimed his success was solely due to superior machinery. His bold statement, asserting that he could have won titles even in his rivals' cars, sent ripples across the paddock. Verstappen confidently stated, "Whether it's 2024 or 2021, I know I could have claimed the championship even with what my competitors were driving." This fiery comment was a direct response to criticism from figures like Zak Brown, who argued that Verstappen's dominance relied heavily on having the fastest car on the grid. Verstappen countered this by pointing to his ability to outperform the competition even when his Red Bull wasn't at its peak. His declaration wasn't just about silencing doubters, it was a testament to the mindset that separates great drivers from legendary ones. The 2024 season also showcased Verstappen's ability to maintain composure under pressure. Whether it was defending his lead or clawing back points when faced with challenges, he remained relentless. This mentality was especially evident in how he handled mid-season upgrades from competitors like Norris and Hamilton, ensuring his lead never wavered. While Verstappen's dominance was the headline of 2024, his closest competitors, Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, played significant roles in making the season memorable. For Norris, this year was all about growth and proving that he's more than just a promising talent. From mid-season upgrades to consistent podium finishes, the young Brit showcased flashes of brilliance. However, Verstappen's comments about the competition weren't just aimed at shutting down critics, they were also a clear challenge to drivers like Norris. Norris, who has often been praised for his potential, now faces the ultimate test, transforming into a complete driver capable of challenging Verstappen over an entire season. Despite securing multiple race wins, Norris admitted that consistency was his biggest hurdle in 2024. With his team behind him, 2025 could be his defining moment, but the question remains, can he match Verstappen's mental toughness and racecraft? On the other hand, Lewis Hamilton, a legend of the sport, approached the season with a different goal: redemption. After narrowly missing out on the 2021 championship, Hamilton's hunger to reclaim his throne was evident. Driving for a new team this year, Hamilton's performances were nothing short of spectacular. He showed flashes of his old self, particularly in high-pressure situations, but was often left playing catch-up due to a car that wasn't consistently at Verstappen's level. 2024 also marked a historic season for Formula One, with 7 drivers winning 2 or more races, a testament to the increased competition on the grid. Yet, Verstappen's ability to rise above this fierce rivalry and claim the title showcased why he's regarded as a generational talent. For Norris and Hamilton, this season wasn't just about chasing Verstappen, it was about preparing for what lies ahead. No great champion escapes criticism, and Max Verstappen is no exception. As he celebrated his 4th consecutive title, voices from various corners of the paddock and media questioned the legitimacy of his dominance. Critics argued that his success was tied too closely to Red Bull's engineering prowess, a claim Verstappen has vehemently dismissed. One of the most controversial statements came from Zak Brown, who claimed Verstappen wouldn't be a champion without the fastest car. Verstappen didn't hesitate to fire back, calling such opinions short-sighted, and asserting that his adaptability and consistency as a driver were what truly set him apart. Highlighting the challenges of 2024, he pointed out that his car was arguably only the 3rd fastest on the grid for most of the season, a feat that has rarely been accomplished in Formula One history. The conversation also turned to the infamous 2021 season, where Verstappen won his first title in a dramatic showdown with Hamilton. Critics revisited the controversies surrounding the final race in Abu Dhabi, using it as ammunition against his growing legacy. Verstappen, however, stood firm, noting that his performance throughout the season, particularly in high-pressure moments, proved his worth. Adding fuel to the debate, some segments of the British media suggested that Verstappen must leave Red Bull to solidify his legacy. They argued that switching to a team with true F1 heritage, like Ferrari or Mercedes, would elevate him to the level of legends such as Ayrton Senna or Michael Schumacher. Verstappen, however, dismissed these notions, focusing instead on his team's achievements. Red Bull, a team that started as an underdog in 2006, has risen to become one of the sport's greatest forces, largely thanks to drivers like Sebastian Vettel and Verstappen himself. The Dutchman's rise hasn't been without its share of detractors, but it's clear that his performances in 2024 silenced many. Whether it was his ability to overcome challenges with a less dominant car or his bold declarations about winning in rival machinery, Verstappen's conviction remains unshakable. As the dust settles on 2024, the stage is set for an electrifying 2025 season. With Verstappen riding high after his fourth consecutive title, his rivals are sharpening their focus, determined to shift the balance of power. All eyes are on Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Charles Leclerc, each poised to challenge Verstappen's dominance in their own ways. For Hamilton, 2025 represents more than just another season. It's a mission to claim a record-breaking 8th championship. After a strong 2024 campaign with his new team, Hamilton has shown that his hunger for victory is as fierce as ever. His experience and determination make him a formidable opponent, and many believe he's the only driver capable of matching Verstappen's mental fortitude on the grid. Lando Norris, on the other hand, has a point to prove. 2024 was a breakout year for the young Brit, with multiple wins and a growing reputation as a future champion. But to truly challenge Verstappen, Norris will need to address the inconsistencies that held him back. His team's improved performance has given him the tools to compete, but whether he can handle the pressure of a full-season title fight remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc enters 2025 with a renewed focus. The Ferrari star, often praised for his raw speed and aggressive style, has grown increasingly vocal about the need for Ferrari to deliver a car capable of fighting at the front. After a frustrating 2024 season, Leclerc's patience appears to be wearing thin, and his approach moving forward may become more self-centered as he prioritizes his own success. The British media, however, continues to stir debate around Verstappen's legacy. Critics argue that he must step away from Red Bull to prove himself in a less dominant car, much like Hamilton's move to Mercedes in 2013. Verstappen, though, remains unfazed, citing his ability to outperform competitors even in challenging circumstances as evidence of his greatness. As anticipation builds for 2025, the key question remains: can anyone truly dethrone Verstappen? With Norris hungry for his first title, Hamilton chasing history, and Leclerc desperate for a breakthrough, the upcoming season promises to be one of the most competitive in years. But if Verstappen has proven anything, it's that writing him off is never a good idea. Red Bull Racing, once dismissed as an energy drink team, has firmly established itself as a powerhouse in Formula One. With 6 Constructors' Championships and a roster of legendary drivers, including Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen, the team has silenced its critics. Yet the narrative persists in some corners of the media, particularly in Britain, where detractors argue that Verstappen needs to leave Red Bull to cement his status as one of the all-time greats. The Telegraph recently sparked controversy by suggesting that Verstappen must join a heritage team like Ferrari or Mercedes to truly elevate his legacy. This sentiment ignores the transformation Red Bull has undergone since entering the sport in 2006. From underdog to dominant force, the team's journey mirrors Verstappen's own rise, a story of relentless ambition and unmatched success. Verstappen, however, has little interest in legacy debates. For him, the focus is on results, and 2024's championship was the ultimate response to his critics. By winning with what many considered the third fastest car on the grid, he demonstrated that his talent isn't tied to the superiority of his machinery. His ability to consistently extract performance, even in less than ideal conditions, has earned him respect across the paddock, even if some media outlets remain skeptical. The question of legacy also extends to Red Bull itself. As the team closes in on the historic records of Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes, its reputation continues to grow. Drivers like Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, and most recently Liam Lawson have also showcased Red Bull's knack for nurturing talent. These successes underscore the team's role as a breeding ground for champions, making the energy drink team label increasingly outdated. Looking ahead, Red Bull's dominance is unlikely to fade anytime soon. With Verstappen at the helm and a steady pipeline of young talent, the team is poised to remain a front-runner. But the question remains, will Verstappen stay loyal to Red Bull, or will he eventually seek new challenges elsewhere? For now, one thing is clear: he's focused on adding more championships to his already glittering resume. As Formula One heads into 2025, the narrative surrounding the sport's biggest names continues to evolve. Max Verstappen's unmatched consistency and resilience have placed him in a league of his own, yet questions about his legacy and the role of Red Bull persist. Meanwhile, competitors like Hamilton, Norris, and Leclerc are gearing up to challenge his dominance, each with their unique strengths and motivations. For fans, the next season promises high-stakes drama, fierce rivalries, and moments that will define careers. Can Hamilton reclaim his throne and make history with an 8th championship? Will Norris finally prove he's capable of being a consistent title contender? And can Leclerc find the balance between speed and strategy to bring glory back to Ferrari? Max Verstappen, however, remains the centerpiece of this unfolding story. His ability to rise above criticism, silence doubters, and continually improve sets him apart. Whether or not he chooses to stay with Red Bull for the remainder of his career, his impact on the sport is undeniable. The 2025 season may just be another chapter in his already remarkable journey, or it could mark the moment someone finally dethrones the reigning king of Formula One. One thing is certain: the stage is set, the engines are ready, and the battles ahead will be nothing short of spectacular. As fans, we can only wait to witness history unfold on the track.